They're all fired up. We're almost underway.
Round 1. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Blocks the jump in. Both fighters are pretty much unscathed. Well, they managed to escape the corner, but they can't let their guard down. That was a solid and nice, perfect parry there. What'll they do next? All right, what's coming up next? Checking how their opponent reacts to fireballs. Parries the projectile. Sticks the jump in. Knockdown. Blocks the low heavy. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. They are not afraid to let the overdrive art fly, even when their drive gauge isn't topped off. Both fighters decide to reset the pace and assess the situation. Player 2 can't use any more drive without burning out. KO! Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Throws them to negate the block. What smart play to stop the opponent there. Jump. Gets scooped from down low. Side switch in the corner. Manages to block the jump in attack. Jumps in. Hits him with a vagabond edge. The low kick hits. Can they create an opportunity for themselves to seal the deal? Player 1, solid anti-air. That's a big get. Goes out of sight. Jump, clutch, anti-air. Doesn't take the throw. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Good parry. Medium kick. Player 2 won out those close scuffles, and now they gotta have a plan for the next round. Fires off Hadouken. Ooh, throws them. Both sides getting ready. Looking for Biff and leaving some big damage. Put the exclamation point on that with it. Oh, burns out. Goes out of sight. Just go for closes it out. Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. What are we going to see transpire between these fighters? No one knows, but this is going to be a must-see match. The fight's now underway. This is Vicious with the play-by-play. Shows the overhead. Goes for the low kick. That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. The throw hits. Now the fun begins. On dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this range. Well-timed command throw there. Player 2 can't let their drive gauge run out. They need to find a way to reset the situation. How much damage can they deal before the opponent's drive gauge replenishes? Takes a trip. Player 2 in trouble with no drive. This is a critical point of the round where they just need to go for it. They can't squander this punish counter chance. Going in. Takes in the throw. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Long, low attack hits. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Takes a trip. They decide to hang back and rethink their game plan. Vagabond and sends them flying. Both fighters have a full super meter on deck. So bends the meter, hoping for a good return. Uses the gauge for the super. They're not playing around here. What'll happen here? Akuma's going in. Player 2 has the throws them. Knockdown and this is the time to use fireball to go out of sight. Snatches them with simple calamity. We're about to see a move what really means business. Player 1 can't use any drive moves. Gotta play it safe. Shifts them for the win. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if... This isn't about just winning the match. Pride and bragging rights are at stake here. Both fighters will need to bring their A game to the table. Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Tries to turn up the pressure with an overdrive projectile. Who's gonna make a move? A battle of egos on display here as neither fighter wants to give up any ground. Knockdown. Neither of them willing to back off here. Tries to keep the pressure on the opponent by zoning with fireballs. Both sides backing off to form their game plan. Who's going to break the silence first? Solid combo. They're being absolutely relentless with this fireball pressure in the corner. Life lead is opening up, but that can still be overcome with smart drive use. Life lead opens up. KO. Player one picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Everything up until now, and everything from here on out, is so vital. Projectile to try and change the situation. You gotta be mindful of reaching jump-ins at this range. Limited resources at hand right now. Very good. Oh, burnout triggered! Both sides in burnout. They can't drive. Both fighters planning something? Player one will look to apply pressure here. Puts the super armor to good use. Knockdown and zones with the fireball. Gotta be careful not to whiff at this range. Watching each other carefully. Who will make the first move? Both fighters have a full super armor. Player one has the chance to win the round if they can put their drive to good ends around with a sick combo. Amazing. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. Crowns them from above. Ooh, what a smart throw. Looks like they want to put a new spin on things with that fireball. Hold up, they broke through the super armor. Must have seen it coming. Player two will look to apply pressure here. This is a complete shutdown. They can't escape. Landing it right up with the super. Lifts them with a knee and brings them down. Looking for a hold. Hadouken! Okay, here we go. Player one needs this is gonna hurt. Fireball pressure, trying to wear down the opponent. This is a bad situation to be in. Willing to risk it for the overdrive. Turn out, but they may have a... No one could have called that!
Gouki!
Player one has gotta be... They're all fired up. We're almost underway.
Round one. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? The combo's there. Solid combo. Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Box them with a target combo. Gets the jump in. Their life is looking critical, and they can't rely too much on drive either. Zanku Hadouken! Life lead opens up. Taking stock. Shoots off a fireball up close. Closes with the throw. Hitting him with the smart stuff. Player one picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Throws them to negate the block. Good instinct to spend resources while they have them to sees them coming and shrugs it off with the super armor. Knockdown and... brushes that off and keeps going. Puts the super armor to good use. Player two will need to play it conservative until their drive refreshes. What'll happen here? Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. Throws a projectile to zone the opponent. So, can this drive bring them back? Both of our combatants are cooking up something. Both fighters have a hit them with a stop and pop. Are we gonna see it? There's a burnout. They're taking a step back to slow down the pace. Zones with the fireball. KO! Player one brings it This is a mirror match, which means it's not just about the win, but about your pride as a player too. This is a must-win fight. The fight's now underway. This is Vicious with the play-by-play. Checks with the projectile. You can use a drive rush like that there to maintain the pressure. What are they thinking here? Great block on that ambiguous cross-up. Lays on the pressure with the projectile. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. Can't tech the throw? Neither of them willing to back off here. Where's their opening? Picks up the win with the projectile. Good read. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Throws them to negate the block. Shows the medium kick. Zanku Hadouken. Throws them. What's next? Who'll gain control of the match in the early going? Somehow pushes back all the way to center stage. Going in, looking for a chance. Zanku Hado. Parries the projectile. Opts to continue the attack with the drive. Pokes with a medium kick. Players all in with a rush. What'll happen? He's wrong critical. What's gonna happen? Getting it all on the drive rush. Dangerous range here. Fires off a Hadouken. One quick fireball at that range. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. Starts things off with a jump in. Zanku Hado. Zones with the fireball. Manages to block the jump-in attack. Picks up the counter. This is going to be huge. What now? Player 1 is working with a better gauge. What can they do with it? They're in range. Burns out. Oh, here we go. Player 2 is in burnout state. Very preparing all in with a rush. Great job in escaping that corner pressure and moving back. All the throw connects. Okay, here we're looking to tenderize those Ogi with Oboro. Answers with a fireball. Medium kick into it is over. Player 2 survived that 10th. We are about to see a mirror match go down, where they can match each other move for move. This is the hardest kind of match. Who will come out on top? Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Overdrive. Any developments early in the round will set the table for the rest of the fight. Trips him up. Player 2 in that dangerous burnout state. Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Player 2 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. Drive gauge finally recovers. Parries the projectile. Now what's the follow? Checks him with the projectile. Taking stock. Throws him to negate the block. Goes for the super art. Drive rush to keep it going. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important. Closing will KO! Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Goes air to air and takes their turn. Barely blocks the jump in. Got their eye on the air. Zanku Hadouken! Things are slow going right now, but we may see someone speed things up soon. Zanku Hadouken! Shoots off a fireball up close. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important here. From up above. That combo did decent damage. Oh, they're in the corner now. No running away. Blocks it. Zanku Hadouken. Lands side switch. Life lead is there, but closes it out. Player 2 proved to be the victor. Give me that drama, give me that grime. Are y'all ready? It's fight night time.
Round 1. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. anticipates the overhead. Now they get pushed into the corner, where it's going to be very difficult to escape. Can they use the corner to mount a comeback? The low is denied. Overdrive. All right. They're being absolutely relentless with this fireball pressure in the corner. Neither of them willing to back off here. Solid combo. The corner makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup here? Springs forward with the drive rush. But the projectile connects, not giving the opponent any chances.
Round 2.
Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Uses the fireball to try and establish their pace. Player 2 has a slight life lead that they may sit on. Dashes up. Oh, they're in the corner now. No running away. Their spacing is so on point right now. But who's gonna blink first? Looks to add more drive rush to keep it going. Going in? So hits the overall throw out of the tunnel. No escaping that. Player 2 brings it home. Give me that drama, give me that grime. Are y'all ready? It's fight night time! Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Tries to bait him with the projectile. He goes for the command grab. Player 2 has the life lead. Gets the jump in. Big counter. Taking stock. Neither of them willing to back off here. Decides to send the... What a finish. Great read on the life gauge there. Player 2 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Player 2 kept their drive gauge topped off through that round and still took the win. Guess they didn't need it. Projectile to try and change the situation. Player 1 creates a good corner opportunity. Manages to block the jump-in attack. Blocking that drive impact isn't going to work. Both fighters planning something. Jumps in. Pro connects and does big damage. What'll happen here? Drive rush to keep it going. Burnout! Expect the tempo of the match to change. Life lead is there, but anti-air in the clutch. Oh, plot twist. We're so close to the end of the round that it may not matter that both fighters flatline them. Player 2 brings it home. Our fighters are ready to lay it all on the line.
Round 1. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Waiting for the opponent to make the first move. Well-timed command break there. Almost had it, but he gets blocked. What are they thinking here? That was a solid anti-air. Misfire with the drive impact. The low heavy hits. Neither of them willing to back off here. Player 1 can't let their drive gauge run out. They need to find a way to reset the situation. Turns it up a notch and sends them to the corner. Did this super art connect? Player 1 is in burnout. Drives off the table. Just out of range for that throw. Throws them to negate the block. Taking stock. Got their eye on the air. Closing moments of the match. Fatal? It's too much! Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. Keeping them away. Player 2 did a great job of reading their opponent up close that last round. Can they keep the momentum? Takes a trip. Player 1 is going to have a hard time managing burnout. Expect the tempo of the match to change. Player 1 in dire straits with burnout. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. A jump-in? Throws them. A quick breather. Player 2, anti-air in the clutch. Fires off a Hadouken. Life lead is there, but still anyone's game. Dangerous range here. Flatline zone. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Zanku Hado. Zones with the fireball. Zanku Hadouken. Both fighters are standing firm with plenty of health remaining. With super arts into play. Risky play, but it pays off. Player 2 is in effect willing to risk it for the overdrive. Who will set the bait at this range? This unleashes some big damage. Player 2 needs to use their drive moves to have the projectile hits. Fantastic positioning on show during that round. Give me that drama, give me that grime. Are y'all ready? It's fight night time.
Round 1. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Still slugging it out here. Starts off zoning with fireballs. Player 2 has the life lead. Decides to spend the meter to open up some more chances. Had the radar up and running. Nails the anti-air. Hold your breath. They can open up this round big by converting this punishment. And a super activation, looking to score some juicy damage. This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. This is a critical point of experiencing burnout. Player 2 has completely used all of their drive gauge, but this burnout triggered. That's not gonna hit. Both fighters are weighing their finishes it with the anti-air. Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Brushes off the impact. Player 1 creates a good corner opportunity. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? What'll happen here? Smart play with the throw. Zanku Hado. Akuma's going in. Burnout. Expect the tempo of the match to change. Jumps, drops them hard. Can they create an opportunity for themselves to seal the deal? Hits the overthrow out of the tunnel. In there. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Looks like they want to put a new spin on things with that fireball. Jump! This unleashes some big damage. Plenty of health, full gauges, let's go. What are they gonna do? Tries to act quickly but whiffs the attack. Reversal. Player 1 is looking at a grim situation with burnout. Anti-air in the clutch. But downtown with the Tenmaku Zanku. Player 1 can't win this without pulling the trigger. Chucks the fireball to continue out for the Amoro throw. You need guts to pull that off. Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. Our fighters are ready to get down to it, so let's start the match and see what these warriors are capable of. All right, first round. What's going to happen? This is a good range to test the opponent's reaction to fireballs. Gets a chance with that jumping. All right, what's coming up next? Definitely shuts out the jumping. Player 2 may be just about done this round, but they still have a chance with a full drive gauge to tap into. Gets him! Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Burns the drive gauge. That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. A quick breather. Oh, got too eager. Drive gauge gap here. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. A super art? Can they create an opportunity for themselves to seal the deep? Burnout activates. Wraps it up with a throw. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. Decides not to rush in without knocked him out of the air. Connects with the throw. Hits the drive. Orbital hit. Akuma looking to play hide and seek. Player 2, this is gonna hurt. Perfect flash them. What's next? Carries them all the way to the... Oh, yo! Rock super here? Spends it all on the super! Not one bit about it! Lands the super! Time for dessert! Dangerous range here. Close range protection. Perfect execution with the anti-air. Were they looking to connect with an overdrive art from this situation? They are done! Player 2 really had to fight! It's time to see what both fighters have in store for us today.
Round 1. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Goes air to air to deny them a chance. There's a corner switch. An aggressive attack. Player 1 in that dangerous burnout state. Ooh, will they hit, whiff, or even charge in? Tricky territory here. Player 1 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. Taking stock. Life lead opens up. KO. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. There's an overdrive on. Player 1 has the life lead. Can they use it? Hits the orbital throw out of the tunnel. Both fighters planning something? Grabs and throws them away. Player 2 has the chance to win the round if they can put their drive to good use. Low heavy. Oito throw. You can't let him close in like that. Knockdown and fires off the missile. Closes it out. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. Demon Raid now? Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Player 1 managed their drive gauge well to create lots of opportunities for themselves. Let's see if they can maintain this rhythm. Both fighters planning to advance. Plan adds a bit of OD spice there. You gotta be mindful of throws them. Oh, here we go. Hadouken. A jump? Absolutely relentless. Okay, here we go. This may turn into a big chance. Knockdown. Here comes the mix-up. Hits the drive. Noticeable life lead is a tough block. Kisses the fireball. I've seen a lot of fights in my... Our fighters are ready to lay it all on the line.
Round 1. Fight.
The fight's now underway. This is Vicious with the play-by-play. Tries to bait him with the projectile. Not much damage dealt so far, but they may be looking for an opening to run with. All right. Maintains composure and pushes out of the corner. Neither of them willing to back off here. Goes for the command grab. Taking stock. Throws them to negate the block. Takes a trip. The jump in catches them. Heading into the end game now. It's getting tense. Charges forward. Each hit is so important here. That's a little game for the Misako. Oito throw. You can't let him... No escaping that. Player 2 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Gets the jump in. Doesn't miss a beat. Player 2 kept their drive gauge topped off through that round and still took the win. Guess they didn't need it. Jumps? Big throws. You've got to be mindful of going on the offensive. Player 1 can't use any drive moves without burning out. They quickly get backed into the corner of the stage. Sees the overhead coming, throws them. Goes for the level 1 super. The low kick hits. An attack which closes it out. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Looks like they want to put a new spin on things with that fireball. Player 1 won out those close scuffles, and now they gotta have a plan for the next round. Both players look for something to work with, but neither are getting the opening they want. Gotta be careful. Big time whip! Oh, could be the start of something. Ooh, what a smart blow! What'll happen here? Good job escaping burnout! Expect the tempo of the match to change. Cross-up attack. Connects with the throw. Player 1 is looking at a grim situation with burnout. Ooh, you never know. This is gonna hurt. Throws him. Things are very tense as advanced dots. Oh, here we go. Player 2 still has a chance. Sets up with the jump in. Oh, banks it on the fireball. Player 1 was an absolute... Y'all better have your Sunday's best on because it's time for business.
Round 1. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Checks with a projectile. Opts for the throw. It's the start of the round. How will they start their approach? A dangerous range here. You don't want to get jumped on a long recovery move or you're going to eat tons of damage. Solid combo. Tries to keep the pressure on the opponent by zoning with fireballs. Deftly shuts out the jumper. They're being absolutely relentless with this fireball pressure in the corner. Projectile to try and change the situation. Oh, easy tech. With the life KO. Player 2 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Throws them to negate the block. Will gain control of the match in the early going. Goes to the overdrive. Very slick with the combo. Their spacing is so on point right now. But who's gonna blink first? Sees them coming and shrugs it off with the super armor. Smart play with the throw. Player 2, burnout activates. Player 2 will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burnout for a while. Brushes that off and keeps going. Max SA gauges, unbelievably in sync with a chance to score big here. And turning it right up with a super. This is gonna kill, no doubt about it. Taking no prisoners. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. Starts things off with a jump in. Shuts that down with a parry. Blocks it. Barely blocks the jump in. Amazing. Player, all the throw connects. Back into can this drive bring them back? Needs them air to air. Okay, here we go. Overhead attack. Ooh, the drive impact hits for a punish. Noticeable life lead. Is a comeback still possible? Dangerous range here. Genius read with that throw escape. Shakes things up with a fireball. Tell out for the Aboro throw. They gotta find something to work with here. Shows off a parry. A real test of nerves here. They are done. I've seen a lot of fights in my day, but nothing even comes close to this. This is gonna be a 5-star match. Get ready for history to be made. Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Checks with the projectile. It's the start of the round. How will they start their approach? What's the play here? On dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this range. Nails the anti-air. Their drive gauge was running low, but they use an overdrive art anyway just to show they're not gun-shy. Player 2 chases them down. Perfect execution and gameplay nets our fighter a perfect round. Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Hits with the overhead. Squeezes the gauge. This burnout! Expect the tempo of the match to change. Player 2 is in burnout. Drives off the table. One fighter's drive gauge is just about empty. Can they recover or are they in trouble here? Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner here. Big throws. That's the little game for the in there. Well, listen, when you're locked in, you're locked in.